for you. So that's what I think I'd be like. I think I'd be a great cartoon walrus, or like yeah, like an excellent manatee.
Okay.
Like something like that. I think I could pull that off. I would have been Rocket Raccoon. Like they didn't have to pay Bradley Cooper all that money. All right,
Okay. All right.
I would have done that perfectly.
Well, out the gate, you're already better than most people because usually the
There you
response is
go.
my grandmother said, "Hey, my voice sounds like I should be on TV." So,
No,
and the fact that you didn't say that was already a blessing because I hate hearing that shit.
yeah,
That has nothing to do with voice
no.
acting.
I think I have a terrible voice. I think I'm a mumbler. I think I'm really bad at mumbling. Like I'm a really bad like I mumbled on the last God Bless Football when they did it because well I mean that's not really my fault. Chris Cody ate up the whole fourth segment and then I had to like hurry through my
Flew
top five.
through
So
the top five.
yeah,
And
Chris
yeah.
Cody
did
ate
all those
something, not a
hit? Did all
surprise.
of Billy's big board bets hit?
Well, Mikey A had to do him this week
Yeah.
because Billy wasn't there and he went 3 for 3.
Three. Oh, I thought he was doing what Billy. I thought it was what Billy sent him. So Mikey A.
Well, no,
came
no,
up
no.
with
Mikey
those
A
himself?
came up with them and shout out to Mikey A. Mikey A
He
hit all
nailed
three.
them
He nailed all three.
with a
He's
Trevor
batting
Lawrence injury.
correct. He's batting 1,000 for the
Nice.
Billy's Bets Big Board brought to you by while Billy's out of town.
All right. So usually when people get into voice acting, people start with coaching, right? If they're doing it the right way, they start with coaching. They don't just go off a whim of some Google searches and then just go, what do I do? Generally, people usually charge by the hour. Me, because I'm a nice guy, because I like you, like the cut of your jib, like the cut of your teeth, I'm going to give you 5 minutes for free, right?
Nice.
5 minutes for free. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a 15-minute script, right?
Okay.
I want you just look over it because often in the voiceover game, we don't get long with scripts. I know it's kind of like, well, if I have a week to practice something, then I should be able to kill it. You're lucky if you got an hour. So I'm going to give you this 15-second script, right? This is when Nathan is going to put some cute little Jeopardy, tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. We're going to give you about 30 seconds to kind of go over it. You know, you said you like to mumble.
gonna do
We
that.
wanted, you know.
I don't say I like. I hate
could
my
do,
mumbling.
We're all gonna die.
and as you prep all that, practice all those things, don't worry, talking is hard. I have the same issues. I want to get a couple reads from you, okay? You should know you're in the business, right? So I want an ABC out of you, okay? 3 different reads, 3 different tones, intonations, whoever you're addressing, who you're talking to. We'll go back and we'll see what you got. Because personally, I think everyone should be able to voice act. Everyone can voice act. We all got voices. And we need unique voices like yours. You say you mumble. Well, guess what? A lot of normal ass people mumble.
Hey,
And right now, a lot of people are selling products that they want being sold by normal ass people. And a lot of voice actors can't do it because they're used to intonating and punctuality and all this. That has nothing to do with what the hell I'm talking about. But still, they be doing shit like that. So I'm gonna send this in the chat.
Okay.
Bang. Take your time. Look over that. And as he looks over that, I'll talk to the audience. So one of the biggest issues when people address copy, this is copy that he's studying right now, is you often find yourself imagining what you want to sound like. And that gets you caught in your head. And the second that you're caught in your head, it's over with, right? It's kind of like football. Once you start thinking about retirement, guess what? You're done, bucko. Unless you're someone like a Tom Brady. But not all of us can be that. So with that being said, I think I stalled enough to give him a couple good reads through this. I have a stopwatch here too, because a big part is, hey, how can he get it under that clock? So whenever you're ready, I'll start the timer. Once again, we want an ABC read. Take your time in between the reads. You know, I know breaths be crazy. And take it away, sir.
So wait, but you gotta tell me what an ABC read is. That's like a very technical.
I'm talking
tongue.
to him like I just assumed he was in the business. So
No, I mean, once you say it, I'll probably be like, oh, okay. But
so just 3 different takes, right? 3 different takes. ABC take. Generally, there should be some variance between them, but that's on you to kind of figure out because you're the thespian.
Okay.
This is lineage here. Make your daddy proud.
I'm holding the mic and everything. So okay.
All right. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. And go. Experience the thrill of soccer with Swift Strike Soccer Club. Unforgettable moments on the pitch away. Swift Strike Soccer Club, the ultimate soccer experience. Don't miss a second. Be there.
Yeah.
Another one.
Yep.
Experience the thrill of soccer with Swift Strike Soccer Club. Unforgettable moments on the pitch away. Swift Strike Soccer Club, the ultimate soccer experience. Don't miss a second. Be there.
It's good.
Okay, one more.
Experience the thrill of soccer with Swift Strike Soccer Club. Unforgettable moments on the pitch away. Swift Strike Soccer Club, the ultimate soccer experience. Don't miss a second. Be there.
All righty. All right. First of all, out the gate, I think Nate, I think our fans, everyone should just give him a round of applause because he got through all of that with no mumbles, no stumbles, and he was listen. Now let me ask you, Mike. Do you think you hit the 15 seconds on all of those?
No, I probably came in a little over or a little under.
Okay. The first read, 8 seconds.
Yeah, under, yeah.
The second read, 9 seconds. The third read, 11 seconds. So generally
pauses.
Yeah. So you're a smooth dude, right? You're also, slick. You're a con man, right? Cool. And usually when you want to con somebody, what you do, you get it out quick, right? Baby, come over. I got the thing, and don't worry about that. Come on. Of course I got rubbers, right? 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 Exactly. Yeah. So they're agreeing to things, and you don't even know what you said. So one of the first things I want to tell you is just slow it down, right? You started doing that in your B and C reads, right? You slow down a bit, a little less emphasis. You kind of had like little intonations where you go, unforgettable moments, right? Just unforgettable moments on the pitch of weight. Right? Let it sit somewhere. Like get sexy with it, right? So let me hear one more read where you get sexy with it. All right? Take your time whenever you're ready.
Yeah, ready?
Yeah.
Experience the thrill of soccer with the Swift Strike Soccer Club. Unforgettable moments on the pitch of weight. Swift Strike Soccer Club, the ultimate soccer experience. Don't miss a second. Be there.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Now let me hear it again as a cartoon walrus.
Yeah, that's
Cartoon walrus. Cartoon walrus is gonna have like a bunch of like a muffle to it, so I don't want to do a walrus. Walrus probably bad. That was probably the wrong thing to put out there.
Your Rocket Raccoon. Let me hear your Rocket Raccoon.
The Rocket Raccoon. Experience the thrill of soccer with Swift Strike Soccer Club. Unforgettable moments on the pitch of weight. Swift Strike Soccer Club, the ultimate soccer experience. Don't miss a second. Be there.
I would book that one.
That was like a Christopher Walken rocket.
Yeah, watch.
It's good.
Experience the moment.
It's, and I know you hear it 1,000 times, right? It's if they get 100 auditions, it's the one that doesn't sound like the 99 that books it, right? Yeah. And a lot of times it's just them knowing you can take it there. It's easy to pull back if it's proven that you can take it there. And when you gave us those first 3 reads, yeah, they were different in speed, kind of in pace. But for the most part, it was kind of the same guy, same thing. But then when you started kind of going, okay, let me get into this. You're so confident with that character that it came out in the copy. I don't know what you were selling. It sounded like he was doing some mafia shit down at the Swift Strike Soccer Club. But you know what? I want to be there because this man knows what's going on. Listen, I'm going to say, you got a future. Me, myself, I pursued voice acting as a hobby. Because to your point, it was something I could do with my 9-to-5 job. And then I was like, yo, I can't do this 9-to-5 no more. I'm not happy. I did the Meadowlark thing and pursued my goals. And now your boys out. I just announced I was in a game today, World War Z. Just saying, it's hard. It's strenuous. Used to freelancer, contractor. You know the life, right? No dental, no none of that.
No nothing.
But whatever you put into it, you'll get out of it. And what's meant for you is meant for you. So I'm saying full head of steam. You got it, bro.
There you go. Boom. Writing my 2 weeks notice right now. Sorry, Dan.
Don't do that. Don't do
that. Congratulations. That's huge. That's an upset for me, folks, because I was thinking that you weren't going to be good at it. And I'm a Fuentes fanatic. I was thinking
they've been doubting me my whole life.
Because if you're
doubting me my whole life, here I am.
If there's any fan fanatics out there, fan Le Batard Show, some fleb heads, flebites, me and Brian, we do those God bless highlight hype reels, and there's definitely a big difference when I get the script in time to Brian for him to do it versus when I have to step in and do it. I'm always like, I can't do this. It's not very good. And when Brian does it, I'm like, I don't know how he gets his voice to do all these different things. So big upset there.
Practice.
Yeah.
He comes from it. It's in his blood. Listen, for some reason, when you talk about voice acting, people always focus on the first part and leave off the second part. Acting is the biggest part of voice. Voices don't mean shit. Everyone can sound the same. We all got the same throat box. right? Some people, they can use theirs better than ours, but we all got the same throat box. It's about what you do with it. And
Well,
if
that's
you
the
can
thing.
act,
Yeah, that's the thing I always like. So obviously, like, you see there's plenty of things on TikTok or wherever, and you see these actors, and they like. There's a great video of Benedict Cumberbatch when he's playing Smog from.
yeah.
I'm sure you've seen it, and sure, he's just the voice, but he's acting out the character, the facial expression. Sure, they're doing like a little bit of face capture, so he needs to do that. But even just the climbing around, and that's when I was like, yo, and then you see, like, I've seen Bradley Cooper do Rocket, and he's acting out the stuff. So like, and of course, I think that helps the performance aspect of it, because obviously when you sit in a chair, you're not going to really be behind it.
It matters. It matters. Just like you, Nathan, when you act like a teacher and you need to get authoritative, do you do this? Hey, kids, like, stop playing around. Like, get off your phones. No, you stand up straight, shoulders back, and guess what? It comes out different, because that's how our bodies work, baby. Listen,
Depends
don't
on the
fight
kid,
posture.
Brian. Depends on the kid. Not every kid you can. Some kids you do that, Brian, and they put it right back in your face, sir. Some kids.
That's what the hands are for. That's what the hands are for.
Nope. then I better be talking to my union rep. But speaking of repping things, I don't know how this is related to repping, but we are going to rep some fast food places, and we're also going to interrogate you, Fuentes. Can't let you off easy. I've been interrogating other guests about different Le Batard Show things, and here's the premise. You need to answer our questions and give us good answers that we believe, not non-answers.
Or you're gonna steal my bit.
That's right. Or we're gonna the Saucecast bit right here. I got sauces right here, and I'm thinking about this. First question here: if I don't get good answers about it, I'm taking away Burger King sauces. And who's that?
I love how you're like, if I don't get good answers, but there's nothing that, like, it's not a defined thing, because like something you don't want to hear.
When you got it, you got it. That's it. When you got it, you got it.
Like, I'm not gonna lie about it, but you might not like it, even though it's the truth. So you know what? Oof, I might hit you with like 2 truths and a lie.
Wow.
You just decide,
2 truths and a lie. See, that's a non-answer. That's a non-answer, Fuentes. That would be a sauce reviewed right there.
Didn't even ask a question.
If you go 2 truths and a lie. So here's some of the things we want to know about Fuentes. There's been a lot going on the Le Batard Show that has been happening. And myself, I've been dedicating myself for months to figure out what happened to the fine bucket money. So first off, did you take the fine bucket money? Because I've asked every guest on that we've had, and they've been able to give their innocence. So did you take the fine bucket money?
Absolutely not. I don't even know how much was in there. It wasn't that much. I want to say it was maybe like a little over $200.
I thought it was like around about 500.
No, I don't remember. But I think I'm sure it was closer to 200, and I'm not going to risk my employment for that.
What do you know about that final day? What did you see? What do you remember?
That final day, I remember I remember it specifically. I mean, obviously because it was the final day, but everybody was in the office. Even Juju was in town, and I remember we filmed a segment, and then Juju was like, I don't know if he was emotional or what, but he was very happy, and he was like hugging everybody. He's like, all right, guys, like, I guess it was just the end of an era, and then he left. And then I remember Cynthia being there, and I think they were filming a promo or something.
It was Cody. They were filming Chris Cody, his reaction to Greg Cody's South Beach sessions.
No, that was a different day, and I know that specifically because
I was the one who
worked on that.
Okay.
Ooh, so conflicting reports.
See, I've had people saying that. So I talked to Cynthia. She was there and said that Chris Cody and Kugler were some of the last people there. Talked to Kugler, and he said that him and Chris Cody were there. Kugler threw out there that he suggested, what if we give it away to the Clevelander staff? And he said that was met with a little derisiveness, is what he said. Like, oh, we don't want to do that. So to me, I'm like, Kugler's innocent, Cynthia's innocent. I guess I believe you. But there's been talk. Here's a question that I want to know that I don't know. The show's mentioned it. There's apparently a video that has been mentioned. Lewis says he has said video. that incriminates someone about the fine bucket? Who's on the video and what is this?
All he has is video from the last thing that was recorded in the studio. So all the equipment was in place, everything was in place. So it's just basically who may have been around it last. Like it could have been anybody. I mean, honestly, it was probably one of the movers that showed up to take out equipment and stuff. They probably said, "Oh, what's this?" Whoop, and that's it.
So they left the mystery crate box to be transported to the new place of, but
Magic
they didn't
Crate of
take the
content.
money.
No,
I'll say.
so the
Mystery
magic
crate
okay,
box.
so here's what happens to the Magic Crate of content. Okay, when I first get hired at Metal Arc, we have a meeting and it's like, hey, you know, like we want to expand, we want more properties, et cetera, et cetera. I go, okay, well, you know, in my brain, I'm thinking I'm going to retrofit the Magic Crate of content to become its own thing. And I had this whole idea in my head for, I want to say 6 months before I ended up posting the first video. So we're getting ready to leave the Clevelander and stuff starts leaving little by little. Chairs, you know, throw blankets, you know, big, you know, printers, whatever, everything's leaving. The Magic Crate of content is sitting underneath Dan's desk in the Clevelander. Very small space, right? I said, if I let that get moved, it's going to get broken or it's going to get lost. So I swiped the Magic Crate of content, put it in my car, and it stayed in my apartment for like 3 months until I felt that it would have been safe at the new spot. And then I brought it back to the Elser and I left it in Studio B, and that's where we film Magic Crate of content.
That's a convincing answer.
Yeah, because I you know what happens, like you guys have moved before, right? Shit gets lost. Shit gets broken.
It does.
And I'm like, I have an idea that I think is really good with this box, and I want the box involved, and I don't want to lose the box. So I took it upon myself to grab the box and bring it back to my house. And then it safely made its way back to the Elser.
When we moved from Fresno to Lancaster, shout out California folks, we thought the moving people took 2 of our laptops, and it wasn't until like 2 years later that we finally like opened up a box that we thought we checked, and the laptops were in there.
Exactly.
Listen, I salute to all my moving people. Y'all not gonna both sit here and blame the moving people of America and call them thieves. They cannot be the default.
Yeah, might be,
those
Brian,
are the
might be.
It's y'all.
It could have been,
but with them,
it could have been.
It's good.
Look, if I nobody related to Metal Arc took it. I know that like there's some theories out there about certain people.
What are they? What are the theories? What people? You won't mention them?
No, not at all.
No,
I don't. Yeah, I have a sauce. You can take the zesty. You can have it.
The
That's
zesty
top tier sauce.
You know Billy Gill likes that
tier
zesty sauce. And Fuentes, there's nothing you can do to stop this. You're like, you're on a live stream. I'm just going to talk over you. I'm recording 3 different ways right now. I got a QuickTime movie going. I've got a Zoom going, and I'm recording all the audio tracks separately so I can just cut it up and post. So there's nothing you can do. We got this zesty sauce from Burger King here.
You can have that one.
Hey, the zesty sauce is the only reason to go to Burger King these days.
Yeah,
nice little color there.
That one looks a little weird.
It looks more like a honey mustard.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
West Coast sauce be crazy.
Yeah.
No freedoms over there. No sauces. No preservatives.
You probably got a free matcha tea when you bought that sauce.
It does. Like I'm a little, you know, just a single. Like,
so while he gives us that piss poor review, next question.
Little spicy.
Was Izzy and Amin a bit?
KFC is on the line. That's a sponsor. I'm going to review the KFC sauce.
Get hands off
Spicy,
this.
Little bit of a kick. Think there's some horseradish in here. I'm going to go ahead and say like this sauce
not even
is
answering.
kind of like this is Brian. I still haven't even reviewed. You guys can talk over. I can edit this all in post except for the live people.
I'm just going to say that
This is
like that
Devontae
sauce.
Smith. You wanted more out of it, but he's not performing.
Like that sauce, it was zesty in the studio that day. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm saying
it was zesty.
Is this something where if you saw the conversation versus hearing it, you ever seen those like brain tweezers?
I want to know, was it real or was it a bit?
It's like you reading it and it's like brainstorm, and then you hear it again and it's like Yanel, and it's like, what is happening here? I think that's what happened.
Look, me and Amin have become pretty good friends over the last
little
year
humble
and a
brag
half.
there.
I'm a good friends with Izzy too. I just don't see Izzy as much, which is crazy because he lives like down the street. But when I asked Amin, "Are you straight?" He's like, "No," and he just kept playing on his phone, and that's it.
Wow.
Okay.
I let it be after that. I was like, "All right."
You know what? I already dunked it, but actually, Brian, what do you? That kind of actually.
Well,
That's
I'll
the
be
most
honest with
someone's
Mike.
given
Listen,
of it. What do you think?
Listen, Mr. F, we had a situation here where I believed it was real because I've been in those scenarios. Now, Nathan, being from where he's from, I think he might be in scenarios where he hasn't, like, he can't size people up like that. Like, and it's crazy that the dude from Connecticut's saying that, but Bridgeport, Hartford, like, come on, let's act like these places don't exist.
Hater.
Yeah, just and it's like he said Fresno to Lancaster.
Brian,
He
look
didn't say
up
Stockton,
the Fresno
right?
stats. All right, come on.
Okay. But yeah, no. So I
Get to know your
saw it and I
Fresno.
was like, nah. The way that I see the sweat going on the side of his temple, that's real energy. I agree. I like what Mike said. I agree. I think it was real. I think it was real.
It was zesty. It was
Super zesty.
You know what? I'm not going to review the KFC sauce. You saved it. All right. So your sponsor is safe. I am going to eat it right now because I dunked it. That's a good little tidbit you gave us right there, Fuentes.
KFC got a top tier sauce game too. They don't talk about it enough.
They
but
only have one
their
sauce,
sauces.
though, Brian. This is it. They like
What are you talking
downsize
about?
their sauces. I went there
No,
and I said,
they have the barbecue.
I said, give me all your
sauces.
sauces, and all they gave me was the
It's 'cause-
KFC sauce.
Once again, location. Now, we know that the Izzy and the main thing wasn't a bit. Was the merch store meltdown a bit? Because I've heard from my sources that the whole plan was go out there with some ridiculous price, get Samson to be the bullseye, and then have him interjectingly, that's not a word, but forget about it, become the topic of ire to raise purchases because it's getting back at Samson. Is this a real, I mean,
I don't know
Polynesians
enough
on
about
the line, Fuentes.
Yeah.
That's a big one. You could get Mike Ryan back on Mystery Crate with that, and Amin.
That's
brothers.
the main one more than anything. But the thing about so the merch store,
Yeah.
I have a lot of ideas for the merch store. I don't know anything about the back end business part of it. I know that they took it down because we just had like issues with the company we were using. They weren't good at customer service, and there was a lot of people that weren't, they just weren't getting their shirts, or they get the wrong shirt, they didn't know who to talk to, and that was a big deal, and that's why it was down for so long. I think the main problem with the merch store was the back end more than products and prices and all that stuff. Stuff with Samson, I don't know enough. I really don't. I know that there's a way that I wanted the merch store to be, and I expressed that to people who may be able to influence those decisions. It's a work in progress. I'm hoping that my ideas come to fruition. When they do, I'll gladly send you a message and be like, hey, your boy,
Okay.
So, but until then, I really don't know about that. Honestly, that's like the one thing you told me about that I really don't know about. Like, I don't know how much Samson's involved. I don't know how legit upset Dan is.
So we
I don't know if Angel was upset.
for those
I
of
don't
you
know
conspiracy, that feels like fuel to the fire there. Fuentes doesn't know how involved David Sampson is, and he's been said, like, is it a bit that he's even involved at all here?
He might be doing everything. He might be doing nothing. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know enough about the back end of it.
It's like, is innocence good enough to save? Like, is ignorance good enough to save? Not innocence. Is ignorance good enough to save the Polynesian sauce?
I just don't know.
I'm going to say no, it's not. And in case you're wondering why.
You just wanted to eat the sauce.
Yeah, I just wanted to eat the sauce. And also right here, another addition to your Saucecast idea, the sauced Saucecast. You drink, get sauced, and review sauces.
Kimchi sour?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys see when I popped it open, it like super bubbled on me, and it was like crazy bubbling. I think that's because of the kimchi. So this is actually kind of spicy, kind of sour. I'm actually digging it. I don't know if it was too much with the zesty sauce and that influenced it. I can't talk about KFC because you saved it, but let's see how it plays with the Polynesian.
You're like a walking stereotype.
Yeah, you're gonna go to Tummy Ache City in a second.
Yeah.
Actually,
All right, so
I am kind of feeling that.
Yeah.
while he deals with that, what's the deal with all the tension currently? Like, is the show okay? Does Metal Lark have a conflict policy where like there needs to be beef worked out on the air every few weeks. Like, it's kind of like, you know, in a show where they kill off a main character and you're like, damn, wasn't expecting that. Well, you can't be doing it every 3 weeks because what's going on here? Like, just let us know what you know, because you know a lot.
Who are we killing off? I don't have tension. I'm chilling. Like, I'm
type in the chat, fans. Who are we killing off?
Everybody likes me. Like, I'm having a good time. You know, so I mean, I don't know.
Oh.
I don't have those problems. You know, when we go into Mystery Crate, everybody's having a good time.
He hit us with the I don't know nobody, I don't know nothing, I don't see nothing.
I mean, that's between. I don't even know really what you're talking about.
But that kind of implies that there is something that exists among someone.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
What happened between Dan and Billy Gill? They apparently weren't talking, huh? You got any deets on that? By the way, Polynesian, solid sauce. It's kind of a single note, though.
Too sweet.
Reminds me of a little too sweet. Kind of like a star running back where all you can do is run. So maybe like a Derrick
So you're mad
Henry.
He's only asked to do his job?
Yeah, only asked to do.
Yeah.
And he
You
does.
know what I love? You did a little bit of Polynesian sauce, and then you put like Frank's Red Hot on top of it.
Ooh.
Yeah, you get a little Buffalo Frank's Red Hot.
Okay.
Yeah, little. So
You
you
mean
get the
this
Polynesian
right
sauce.
here?
Yes, but is that
You
the
should hold it.
buffalo
You should-
or
there
the
you go.
regular? Is that the buffalo or regular?
Buffalo.
There you go.
There we
Okay.
go. All right, let's see. Fuentes.
Okay.
Polynesian.
You can't
Mix
do
it
this
up.
now.
See, now you guys
Taken.
You guys are embracing the Saucecast. You know what? That's another thing. That's another thing I don't like, right? So I had this idea. I think it was with, I forgot who it was, Tony. I don't know who it was. And I go, why don't we review, like when a fast food place comes out with new items, we'll do a review about it. And they went to me, oh no, but that's like Portnoy when he does pizza. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Portnoy's not the first guy that fucking reviewed pizza. Who the fuck? Like, he doesn't have a monopoly on fucking food things because he did it first. I don't give a shit. You know, like, so you just got to do it better. So you know what? Still doing the Saucecast. And my first episode is going to be buffalo dipping sauce and Polynesian sauce.
You know what you
Too
need,
late.
Mike?
I'm
need a
reviewing it
new
right now
team.
because I don't know if what happened with Billy Gill and Dan.
You need a new team.
Copyright.
Mike.
I'm posting this. I'm creating a whole.
I need a
Because
feed.
no, because he has a lot of really good ideas. He's not talking stupid. He's talking like a man who has like LinkedIn resume, social media credentials. Because he's not saying the wrong things. Doing something that already exists is usually a good sign that it works.
It's a copycat league, bro.
I mean,
NFL.
come on, right? So if you had a team behind you to help you pump these ideas out, I mean, maybe you could, you know, if you had to start a media company of your own, what would it be called?
Media company of my own.
Thoughts on that mixture right there, guys?
It's good, right?
Is good.
That's all
It
right.
gives it
It's good.
exactly what it needs. We were talking one
gives,
note.
It gives a little kick, a little tang,
a little
spice,
kick.
a little,
Yeah, the
a
acidity,
little vinegar flavor.
the acidity. Is that? Am I getting there? Acidic. You know, gives
They
it
lose some points because you shouldn't have to
pH.
sauce up a
Gives
sauce.
you the right pH
Yeah.
balance to make your mouth go boom.
I'm gonna find a way to put these two things together and bottle them my own and just call it, you know, like I don't know, something.
Fuentes
you know what? I'll take-
Fuego.
Yeah, Fuentes Fuego sauce or whatever, and then I'll table that with my media company name.
There
and
you
we'll
go.
Figure that
There
out
you go.
together at the same time. We'll sell them together.
What is the one idea that if you had to stake your entire career at Meadowlark, you need them to do and they just won't pull the trigger on? The one thing where you're like, this is a hit, like Foot Girls, right? Like, I'm not a fan of feet, but I understand that Foot Girls is something that might get people who are into Foot Girls a thing. So I'm just saying Foot Girls a lot because feet and Foot Girls and toes and big toes and pinky toes, I get it. But what is your Foot Girls?
But.
What is my Foot Girls?
Your diamond, your moneymaker,
But.
You
your
so we're
GameStop, your Bitcoin.
not Saucecast. I don't know, man. I got a few, but I if I had to like settle it down, I can't tell you. I know what it is, but I can't tell you.
That's
Yeah,
the sign of a good one. That's the
Yeah,
sign of a
it's-
good one.
He knows
Well,
I'll
'cause it
steal
might-
it. He knows I'll steal it, folks.
No, because it might happen, and when it does happen, I'll be happy to take all the credit, but I don't want to give away the game, and then it ends up getting tabled or, you know, something like that. Because then I sound like I'm a guy who just brags about a lot of shit that never happens. So, yeah,
See,
but I have one.
no, so hold on.
I have
though.
one that I really, really like. It just requires a lot of production elements, and And you know what? I'll probably bring it back around after the Super Bowl.
Good. See,
'Cause
people
Super Bowl time is busy for us, so.
people think I'm joking about being a Fuentes fanatic. Everyone knows Mike Ryan's number one, but I am a Fuentes fanatic, and here's why, folks. Ideas. Fuentes has shown in his time on the show that he's an idea man. He pitches ideas, and behind the scenes, I can tell he's trying to give ideas to people. He's, on a mission. If you listen to Mystery Crate, he tried to help Chris Cody with his Instagram followers. Chris Cody, you lost me, brother, because you didn't put out enough content. You should have listened to Fuentes. All right, he tried to give you ideas to help him. Fuentes, you're behind the scenes. You got the show on TikTok. We're on TikTok now, the Dan Le Batard Show, and I resisted it because I'm like, those young kids are on it. But honestly, I now see why. It's actually been one of the easiest platforms to like grow on and actually create engagement. Like, you post some video on there, it's like the amount of likes. Anyway, that's boring talk. Nobody wants to know about that.
No, it's the brilliance
ideas.
of TikTok to me. Yeah, the brilliance of TikTok to me is the ease of use and how easy it is to scroll, right? Because like, sometimes you're on there, you're just flying, right? Whereas YouTube, like you'll sit, you'll watch, then you have to like actively click on something else. Yeah, there's autoplay, but they give you too much time. Like so TikTok, man, you're just rolling through. I think TikTok is like one of the most brilliant fucking entertainment apps that there's ever been. Like, it's like, there are times I'm like going into the bathroom and I sit down to do my business and I'm like, fuck yeah, it's TikTok time. Like, and I'm like,
whoa,
like at least 5 minutes when I'm doing my business, just on, swiping.
It's good.
And then the algorithm's good, which is terrible. It's probably the downfall of mankind, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
So are you saying the way that Billy's evil cat
Hey,
with his ideas, is Mike like a good boy? Like, is he like the good, like, because I feel some like contrast here, because a lot of your ideas are, I ain't hear a bad one yet.
I'm like, if Billy's an evil cat, man, but I love Billy, man. Billy's great. Like, he's funny as hell.
Yeah.
He's a hard worker. He really is. You got to be with Stugatz. But I would say I'm a you know what? I'll call myself a positive penguin because I'm really because I'm like I'm really pushing like Chris Cody's been trying to do this like he wants to try stand-up comedy.
It's
and
good.
I'm trying to get him to do it, and I'm like, bro, like, you're gonna see these people out here, you're probably never gonna see them again. So fuck it, let it rip. And and you know how it is. The first one's the hardest one. Once you get out, then after that it's and then it's funny because when he's in there, he seems so confident. Like, he's the last guy I would think would ever be any kind of timid about being on stage, especially like dark stages. Like, I've been on stages before, and you probably see the first 4 people, and that's it. After that, it's nothing. So I'm gonna get him out there. I have a friend who holds comedy shows in Miami. I'm gonna get him out there.
You know what was a telltale sign that he might suffer from that? When he said he doesn't know what to do with his hands when he wants to dance. Where he's like, because when you're thinking of that shit, then that means you think of a lot, which means you can think of, what if I bomb? And, I have a lot of similar traits with Chris, where it kind of, it's a front, but it's a front because of protection. You're protecting yourself, right? You make jokes, da-da-da-da. If I control the situation, da-da-da-da. You can't control that shit when you're on stage. But it don't matter. I have a lot of these in life.
Yeah.
The worst thing doing is being like, yo, I could have started doing this 10 years ago. And then it's like, shit, so that's like, even though like Chris is closer to my age, like when I meet like young people now, I'm like, what do you feel like doing? Just do it and go 100% into it. You could always start over, but don't get 10 years down the line and be like, well, fuck,
Yeah.
Like voice acting.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, see, you know what I just realized? This whole entire time, YouTube audiences heard this, podcast audiences heard this, but I never shared my audio with you guys. I actually have a soundboard on OBS, and I've been mixing in the Joe Rose sounds of
that's good. That's good.
That's good. Well, sir, thank you for your time. It has been a delight to talk to you. You know what? I was maybe, when it comes to Izzy and Amin, I was one of the people that when I first saw it, I all thought it was genuine, and it became a bit. It was genuine, something that the show worked into a bit. Then I got on the Reddit and all this stuff, and I felt like, no, maybe it was a bit. There was people out there saying it was a bit, and felt like it was on the bit. But everyone, since I went through it, I'm like, I think it's a bit. Everyone from the show, the way they've talked about it has made it seem like it's genuine. I've said that it's a bit, but I think I need to come around and admit that was real. They maybe turned it into a little bit. There's definitely something there, and I think
how long ago was that?
3 months. 3 months about. Well, four.
Only
Actually,
3 months.
4 months ago.
I haven't seen them together since.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
that's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. And then
there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, right?
Same thing.
Like, I think that's the biggest
which is
point.
what
You
I would
cannot
say.
fuck with people you work with and then just, not everyone's meant to be friends. That's why y'all don't hang out with Lucy. It's kind of fucked up. But it's
Whoa.
I'm joking. We love Lucy. But the fact that y'all, y'all don't be hanging out with her like we heard, because we heard some things when she came on the show, and she was like, y'all don't be coming to the swap meets. Y'all
that people don't hang out with her. Well, the main thing I think keeping Lucy back is that Lucy is like 25 years old and everybody else is pushing 40 with kids. It's like the younger person, Jessica, they hang out a lot. They also live close to each other. Cody is 50 minutes north from where we record. Roy is 50 minutes north. Mike Ryan is like 50 minutes west of where we are, right? So it's like it's tough to
get out your maps, fans. Figure out where all the people live. So if you visit Miami, you can drive around and visit every single person.
And almost run over Lucy.
Houses.
As she leaves the playground.
I did tell Lucy that I owe her a night out because I don't live that far from her. So I gotta maybe our Basil is this week, even though that's so we'll see.
All you need is one good night, and you don't never got to give her another one.
That's true. That's a good point. Hey, remember that time? No.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to come to a close here on our YouTube stream. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being a part of this. I was all over the place because I'm reviewing sauces and trying to do the stream and move around different camera cuts and whatnot. Got to work on it. Got to practice. But trying something new. Podcast audience, thank you. Fuentes, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Another episode of the Fan Le Batard Show. The fastest growing Dan Le Batard Show fan YouTube channel out there. The Fan Le Batard Show podcast. We are the fastest growing Dan Le Batard Show fan YouTube channel. Without a doubt.